who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, from the mechanics who keep the Army moving, to the aviators who patrol the skies. There are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Staff Sergeant Platt. I'm here with the Alaska Recruiting Company. Today, we're going to share some information about the Army Reserve. The Army Reserve is a part-time component of our Army component, and what this does, it allows for part-time service, giving you a 1 week in a month and a 2 weeks a year for annual training commitment. Today, we're going to be discussing benefits and incentives and opportunities that are available here in Alaska. So I'm going to share presentation. I'm going to start off here. So a little bit about me. I actually joined the Army Reserve in 2009, and I came in as a combat medic. Got the opportunity to move forward and become a licensed practical nurse, all through the Army while doing my 1 week in a month, 2 times a year, outside of the training that was needed for me to be qualified for my job. But I couldn't have done that without some of the great benefits that are offered to the Army Reserve. So we're going to go over a few things: tuition assistance, some credentialing assistance that's available. The Army Reserve offers student loan repayments as well as a college education package. We have enlistment bonuses and into other incentives that we'll go over in full, as well as some healthcare options that are available to you. So we're going to start off with tuition assistance. This is something that is available to every Army Reserve soldier, and it pays out 100% of tuition costs up to the cap of $250 per semester hour, not to exceed a $4,000 per fiscal year allotment. That money does go straight to the institution, so you don't have to worry about receiving the funds and then paying the school. That actually goes straight towards the college and the institution that you're going to. Additionally, we have credentialing assistance. This pays for training courses that lead to credentials, licenses, and different types of certifications. The Army website that you would go to, it's called pool.army.mil, and there's over 1,600 credentialing, license, and certifications that are available to you. This works out really well for me, as I mentioned, as a licensed practical nurse. Each year I have to renew my license, and I'm able to use this credentialing assistance program to help me pay for those costs instead of doing them out of pocket. So not only is the Army going to give you the skills that you need, the education that you need, but they're going to ensure that this continuing education credentialing is taken care of as well. The next item here we have is the Montgomery GI Bill. This is an education package that is offered to all Army Reserve soldiers. This is a benefit of up to 36 months of $397 as long as you're a full-time student. So every month that you're registered as a full-time student, you are authorized $397 a month. You apply for your benefit, and this is cash that goes to you. Helps you pay for any additional fees that you might have with the school, cover down on different costs that you may have, but it does go to you and not to the institution. This benefit is still available to you if you're only 3/4 or a half-time student, so it's really important to understand the benefits and the amounts that you're using, because it's just a full 36 months, whether you're half-time or full-time student. So maximize those benefits, be that full-time student, and reap the benefits of the $397 a month. There are different ways to use your GI Bill if you're doing a kind of like a pilot program, or a lot of times there are construction programs that are out there, so just apprenticeships and on-the-job training. You can use your GI Bill for that. It is broken down by how many months of training that you do. So your first 6 months of training, it's a $297 payment. Second 6 months, it decreases, and then the remaining of your training is $138. Again, it's for 36 full months. So very important to watch your months and your times and how you use that benefit. The other piece that we do have is there is what we call a kicker. This is an additional incentive that is added to that GI Bill that we just spoke about. Now, this is based off of your job, your ASVAB score, and what's being available to you. So once you find out what you qualify for, there could be additional benefits. So you could receive an additional $100, $200, or $350 on top of that $397 we just talked about. But again, based off your ASVAB score and the job you select. We have several recruiters here in Alaska. We have stations in Wasilla, North. We have one in South Anchorage, North Anchorage, Soldotna, and Fairbanks. So to find out what incentives are available to you, make sure that you reach out to those recruiting stations, and they can help you figure out what is available to you. The next incentive that we have is a student loan repayment program. This is a fantastic program that helps folks out who may already have loans for college and or thinking about taking loans in the future. Again, based off of your ASVAB score and the job that's being offered, you could get up to a $50,000 per student loan repayment. What's really nice about this, again, it's for past, current, or future student loans that you may have. And I can tell you here in Alaska, we've given out quite a few great packages that include the full $50,000 for the student loan repayment, as well as the bonuses and the kickers that are out there. So definitely reach out to your recruiters to see what eligibility that you have and what's actually available for you here. We do have enlistment bonuses. The Army Reserve is authorized to give up to a $20,000 bonus. Again, based on your ASVAB score and the job that you selected, you could be eligible for that. And they range anywhere from $7,000 to $20,000. Now on to healthcare, which is a really important piece for a reserve soldier, especially in today's times. Healthcare is extremely expensive, but also extremely important to have. As a reserve soldier, you do have the ability to purchase low-cost healthcare. While you're in your training status, going to basic training and your job training, you get free healthcare for you and your family. However, when you come back and you're doing your 1 week in a month and 2 weeks a year, you do have the option to purchase low-cost health care. So there are some enrollment fees, and then there are the deductibles that happen each month. Very cost efficient. When it's for your self, member only, $42. Members and family, it's $218. So again, the family is, no matter how many family members you have, spouse, 4 kids, spouse, 2 kids, that dollar amount is the same. And then if you're just that service member. A lot of people kind of start thinking, oh my goodness, great discounted healthcare, where are the fees coming in? So some examples on here, your urgent care visits, you're gonna have copays, just like you would with a normal insurance, but it's $20. And if you go to the emergency room, it's $41, as long as you stay within the network of the TRICARE system. So really a great benefit for those out there that are needing healthcare for 1 week in a month, 2 weeks a year. Can't beat the benefit. Another option that we have when it comes to being a participant in the Army Reserve is called our Simultaneous Membership Program. This is a program where we partner with the University of Alaska, and you become a cadet in their program. And at the end of their program, you are able to commission as an officer. But you do get to reap the benefits of being a reserve soldier as well. So you'll actually have an ROTC monthly stipend from $350 to $500 a month. And that dollar amount varies based upon what level of course that you're in over at the college in the ROTC program. You do have to take classes, which does take a little bit more of your time because you are doing that extra piece on top of your course load that you do have. But like I said, there are some benefits there. You get the additional simultaneous membership program kicker, that's $350 a month. You get your GI Bill, and then you also will be drilling 1 week in a month, and you'll be getting that pay as well. On top of that, there's our additional scholarship called our GRFC and our Minuteman campaign. So this is 4 years of full tuition, a monthly stipend, and a book stipend. This is something that is extremely valuable for those that have the eligibility and requirements to do that. So if you are interested in going to college for 4 years and want to participate in this 4-year tuition college scholarship, reach out to your recruiters. Like I said, we have them in Wasilla, 2 stations in Anchorage. We have 1 in Soldotna and 1 up in Fairbanks. We will sit down and partner with you with the ROTC Cadet Command and find out how your eligibility would work and what would be available to you. Some opportunities as a reserve soldier, usually it is the 1 week in a month, 2 weeks a year, but there's times that maybe you need full-time employment. The reserve does offer that opportunity to you. For myself, I'm actually one of those individuals being a reservist since 2009. 2 years ago, I came on the AGR program. Now that program, you do need to be E5 and above, or at least E4 promotable. There are limited positions for that, but they do vary widely depending on location. So if you're coming in as an E4 and you do your first year, you could be eligible for that program. Or if you come in as an E1, by the time you get to E4 promotable, that program is available there for you. It gives you 3 years of active duty service and then allows you to re-up and do a second tour if you choose. The other 2 options on here is we have a civilian technician. Again, this varies on positions that are available and needed here in the state of Alaska. What you would do is Monday through Friday, you're being that full-time employee for the unit, handling whatever businesses they need to do to keep the lights on. And then when the weekend comes for drill, you become the soldier for that weekend. You must be in the Army Reserve to qualify and hold that position for a civilian technician position. And lastly, the last full-time opportunity available is what we call our active duty operational support. And this is a website that once you are enlisted into the reserve, you can log into and you can put in your job, your MOS, and then you'll put in what rank you are, and I'll tell you what positions are available out there. I've used this website many times during my reserve career and picked up orders to go on to full-time service just to help me bridge any gaps in what I needed to do from a civilian perspective. I like to call it deployment on your terms because you get to decide where you want to go, what you want to apply for. And there's orders out there, anything from 1 day all the way up to 3 years that you're able to go in there and apply for. So if you're looking for full-time service, but maybe want to try out the reserve first, this is a good way to do that. Another program that we have in the Army Reserve is called our public partnership. And what this is an organization that is in the public sector that pulls in and creates opportunities for soldiers and their families to sit down and do resume reviews. They're kind of like a consulting company that helps us find employment for soldiers. I've used this program personally and from an employer perspective in my civilian job, as well as a soldier looking for employment. It's a really great opportunity that they have out there for you. The main goal is to make sure that no reserve soldier is sitting unemployed, and the 1 week in a month and 2 weeks a year is a great option, but there's ways to help you support yourself from a full-time job perspective. Some other benefits that the Army Reserve has, as well as the Army, is that everything we do in the Army provides college credits. So I hear a lot from people that I speak to, whether they're already college students or they're seniors going into and completing high school, that they don't want to miss college. They don't want to miss that step off for creating college credits. That's the great thing. Everything we do in the Army, all your job training you do, does create college credits. For example, I went to the LPN school in the Army. That is a 12-month program. On the civilian side, it is a 2-year program. We got it done in one, but I received 60 college credits for that training. So I got 2 years of college credits for 1 year of job training. So there is some great benefits that you will receive when you do your training through the Army. The nice thing about that too, the Army is actually paying you to earn those college credits instead of you paying a college and institution. So it's kind of a win-win on that side. Paid job training, so like I said, you're getting paid while you go to your training. And then we have other partnerships for job career fields with our Partnership for Youth Success program. And with that, that ends the presentation here. What questions? Do we have any questions in our forum? I didn't see any in the chat box. So, but if you do have questions or you're interested about part-time service, definitely reach out to your Army recruiters. Like I said, we have them out in Wasilla. There's Anchorage North, Anchorage South, as well as Soldotna and Fairbanks. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Have a great day.